Hey everybody,
Hello.
this is the Anna and Manny show, and we thought we would get together. I'm getting in here. Oh, hey now. I thought we would get together and talk about how to get people to mixers. I think that's, if not the most asked question.
Yes.
How do we get them on the phone? How do we get them to mixers? And since there's no great answer, and Manny does it differently than I do it, and you'll do it differently than we do it, we wanted to have a conversation. Do you want to start?
Yeah. Getting people to mixer is not the easiest thing in the world. Because you're dealing with like schedule, you're dealing with time. I mean, you have to have the mixer schedule so you could, refer people to it. So, the easiest way is kind of just if you're having a one-on-one call or a three-way call, don't make it too long and explain Advocate to them. Just tell them, hey, we have this mixer. You're gonna love it. It's awesome. And whenever they get there, they're gonna see the real picture. They're gonna meet people like Anna, which that's all you have to do. Let people come and see like the Advocate culture. Let them have spark at the mixer while you're talking about the 24 challenge and the income opportunity. People are going to be focused and they're going to be ready to go. And it's not just going to be a conversation over the phone. They're going to know you're real and they're going to see more of the bigger picture. So just like we tell people, hey, go to success school. You can't describe it. You can't describe a mixer. So that's pretty much what I tell them. If I get on the phone, I try to make it anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. 15 if they're like far away,
Yeah.
but I'll tell them, hey, this is going to be something that you need to check out if you're interested. So
I think that's really smart too to keep things short. We were talking earlier about how you sort of you want to sell the mixer. Somebody along the way told me, and everybody does this differently. Instead of trying to sell people products, which you definitely want to learn how to retail products, but you got to learn how to sell the mixer.
yep.
You got to learn how to promote how awesome it is. And one of the things that I learned is that it's not a matter of, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Here's a spark. Would you like to come on Thursday? You know, it's I wish it was like that, but it's not. So it's a multiple exposure. And if you haven't read GoPro, I just read a book called GoPro by Eric War or Worre or however you pronounce his last name, and it said it takes 7 exposures to get somebody to a mixer, and that's a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot. That means the first 3 are probably no thanks, you know.
Yeah.
So I like to tell people, and this is something else that I heard that Raj told me that Tanya said is get a spark in their body, make sure they've heard your story, make sure you've exposed them to a story that matches their goals. So if I have not so much a weight loss story as I have an energy story and a performance story, a sleep story, a no longer being at the doctor twice a year story. So if I, yeah, with my sinus infection. So, which is not, I mean, if that doesn't matter to you, I wouldn't tell you that story. But if you're constantly sick, that would speak to you. So you tell your story, but then you also tell a story of somebody else that matches their goal to paint a vision of what's possible if they start on products. And then she even says she likes for them to at least have watched a video or for you to have shown them an Impact magazine. So when we call them for that 10 or 15-minute call, that's probably not the first time. Some people come right away. Some people are so ready to start. They're like, yeah, cool. When is it? And you're really, I'll tell you, the biggest mistake I used to make is not having mixers scheduled. Yeah. If I know I've got a mixer on Sunday, it triggers me to be in the mode of who have I already exposed Advocare to that's close, and who can I talk to that might just say yes and come short notice, because short notice is great. So I think the biggest thing is people think they're doing it wrong. I think the trick is just to do it and get excited. You know, if you don't think mixers are fun and you think they're a drag because you you have to be fun to think they're fun, make them fun and get people excited about coming to door prizes. What else?
I mean, it's just like I think about the first time I ever got exposed to Advocate, and then that feeling after I came out of that mixer, I felt like I was going to take over the world. I'm like, what? This is awesome. And then they get to talk to other people other than you, so it's like it's not like you're just trying to convince them. They get to meet other muscle men like me or people like Anna. Like, well, she's doing it, I could do it. And then the stories are incredible. So I'm not gonna lie, I tear up in a couple of mixtures before, and it's just give people a bigger opportunity to kind of see the overall picture. So don't hold down on mixers. Make sure you have them scheduled. If not, there's if you look around anywhere 15 minutes away from here, there should be a mixer scheduled because Anna is gonna have a lot of mixers. I'm gonna have a lot of mixers. So invite new people, because if you come, it'll get repetitive. So we want new faces in there so it could be exciting.
What's the okay? Have you ever had a no-show mixer?
Yeah, I have.
Me too.
I had before, and then I just start calling people. But
Did you learn anything from yours, or was that is that just part? I mean, for me, I feel like there's two things there. Is that's part of the game. If you quit after a no-show mixer, your purpose isn't strong enough. Because everybody has them. Every silver, gold, 3-star gold, all the way up to diamond has had and still has no-show mixers, and so you better get right with that if you want to be successful. The other thing is, first no-show mixer I had, it was because I was using Facebook and texting and
yeah,
stuff. So it taught me that I better get to know somebody and find out what their goals are so that I could be like, you know what, if you're tired all the time, because I've had somebody say, I'm excited. I think you guys do great with AdvoCare. I'm interested. I don't have any weight to lose. So I started asking questions. Well, it's really not a weight loss company. Why don't you come to the mixer and meet people who've just gained so much energy? I personally, I'm not sick anymore. So if you'll talk to folks and let them tell you what they're up against, then you can share a story and say, come learn more at the mixer. Actually, I don't even know that. I think I have the most success when I don't say mixer.
yep,
Right?
yeah,
Like I
yeah.
think Mixer, but I've tried lately to say, why don't you come learn? A bunch of our team members are getting together and we're introducing it to new people. We're going to go over the company, all the different products, how they can help you. I think that's a key too.
Yeah, I mean that mixer just sounds weird, especially a lot of people in our generation now. So you kind of want to tell them what's it for. It's going to help them out. They're going to learn more about the products. They're going to ask questions. Um, and trust me, it's not going to be a waste of time. It's going to be 20 minutes. You don't want to do mixers too long. And then like if you're just texting people, just tell them, hey, let me get on the phone with you 5 minutes, and I want to tell you about this our mixer or our meeting that's coming up. And that way, they get to hear that you're a real person, because, when you text too much, there's not too many emotions in it. And it's, people may not take you seriously. So try to get people on the phone, and try to get into the mixer. Be like, hey, you know, if you don't like it, then I'll never introduce this ever to you again. But most of the time when people come to the mixers,
They love
it's
it.
a win. So
They love it. Okay, so hopefully that helps you guys. The next thing we want to talk about is we were just chit chatting when I got here this morning, and by the way, we did not introduce ourselves.
oh,
Oh,
hey,
hi. Okay, this is Manny. He is what is he's an awesome leader, an awesome guy, an awesome trainer, an awesome friend. But in the world of Advocare, has had a lot of success, and I think you're pin level, which is what
gold 3 star.
gold
Yeah.
3-star, which is awesome, which is
Yeah.
awesome, and has a huge future in this company. So I should have said that to begin with. I'm sure you paid close attention to what he said, but I think the cool thing in life is to go wherever you want to go, whatever goal you have. You just find somebody who's got what you want and ask them how you do it. Well, so here's somebody who's been successful, and so that's how you do it. And then he and I work together here at Revolution Training, and we work together in our Advocare business. We're not on the same team, we just work together. So, okay, but we're both here in Lawrenceville,
Yep.
Georgia. Okay, so here's another thing. It was funny. I was talking about it, but he put it in the greatest words of something that Danny McDaniel said. But we were talking about, in 4.5 years, I have learned that the best thing I can do for my team is not to spend a lot of time with the team or overspend time with the team, because it sends the message, and I talked about this in a few other videos, it sends the message that that's what it takes to be successful, that you have to spend all this time with your advisor and you guys talk and we're besties and that's great. But the reality is we don't make any money when we talk to each other. We don't help one new person when we talk to each other. And I can't save you from the mistakes. I can't help you. I can't give you the answer that makes you do it perfect. You have to get out there and fall down and skin your knee and get back up, have your no-show mixers, make up, look, listen, I've been doing this for a while, and I sparked a guy Saturday in exactly how not to spark some guy way. Yeah, it's going to happen to you. I have to tell you. He walked away, and I was like, I am mortified. I was mortified, but you better believe he's getting an invite to the mixer.
Yeah.
I got to follow up. So, you know what? I just want to let you guys know. And I was telling Manny, the worst thing I ever did was think, oh, I can help this team. I get their purpose on my heart, and I'm like, oh, we're going to go, we're going to go, we're going to go. And then life happens to them, and they take a break. Well, when you can't control other people, and so when your team members take a break, your customers take a break, if you have been so busy focusing on them, not only have you taught them to just camp out with the people they've recruited, you don't have anybody in the pipeline. You don't have anybody who you've got to know that there's people coming to mixers that I introduced 90 days ago, 60 days ago, 30 days ago. The people I'm talking to today, small portion will come right now, small portion won't really start to sprout for 60 days, and a small for 90. And so you have this dry spell, and it's terrible. So I was telling Manny, I said, you know what? I have had to learn that if somebody is getting excited and they don't quite get that level of support from me that would fully launch them, you risk losing a little bit of that if you're out recruiting new people. And I finally made peace with that. And then I would love for you to share with what you shared. So I was telling him because I just thought that's just what I've learned. That's what my time has taught me.
Yeah, this is something that we're doing extra, and we're doing it for a reason to hopefully, be financial free in a couple of years. So, we don't really have too much time to work with as far as like, forcing people to do the business and, making sure people are doing the right thing. So it's almost like Danny McDonough said it best. He said, "Catch me if you can." He's gonna help his, downline out. He's gonna help as much as possible. But if you're not reaching out to him, then he's not going to bother you. He's going to just keep recruiting people and keep helping other people that are motivated to do this. Because at the end of the day, there's no perfect way, but if you try, then, your upline will help you. My mentor always said, my phone's not ringing, then I mean that I know you're not focused. I know you're not wanting to, make the money you want to make. And, whenever that happened, I was like, dude, he hasn't really bothered me or anything like that. I reached out to him like, hey, how's it going? I want to get back on track, and that's when he'll reach out and help me. But he never really forced me to do anything. He just kept me motivated. Once in a while, he'll call me. He's like, hey, do you still want to do this? And I'll say, yeah. And then next thing you know, I'm not blowing up his phone. So that showed him that I wasn't really focused. So all it is, we want to lead by example. So we have to keep recruiting, we have to do mixes and keep inviting new people because if we just talk, then she knows a lot about Advocare. I know a lot about Advocare, so it's just kind of like, all right, saying go do it. You know what to do, go do it. If you fail, you fail. So what? Um, you know, it's
Yeah.
part of life, but this is the way that leaders and successful people have made their way up there. They just keep trying and they keep working the system. But if you stay in this for at least 4 years, you'll see the benefits of it. Maybe $400,000 a month, it may be 100.
Did you
But
say
yeah,
$400,000 a
yeah,
month?
yeah,
That's
something
awesome.
like
No. So I think what's important, you know what, it's just nice to know that I'm not the only one that has made that mistake. But I will tell you, since then, I have heard from other network marketing professionals that are super successful in Rodan and Fields and some of the other really great companies. And here's what the most successful people are saying: you have a responsibility to your new fired up person to start them strong, put some money in their pocket, help them make those first 3 to 5 sales, get them plugged into the resources you use. But after that, I'm sitting in the same success school you're sitting in. If I need the pay period close calendar, I have to go Google it. Yeah, I don't have magic answers. And I think one of the big things is when we constantly feed our team things that they can do for themselves, we teach them that they can't do it themselves. And so I've learned to bounce that back to people and say, go Google that, or read your policies and procedures and get yourself trained up. That way they take ownership. And the only way to be, thing is it's not because I don't have time or don't want to help, because my paycheck depends on their success. If I do that, I cripple them. It's just like your kids or your training clients. If you don't allow them to work for it, then they don't own it, and then it never becomes successful. So that was our message. Catch me if you can. All right. Bye, guys.
All right.
Have a great day.